it is I, Timothy Space Tano here. Today I'm gonna look at mostly horror vinyls that I have in my collection. I have quite a bit, so let's go ahead and get started. This here is a Waxwork Records It 1990 vinyl soundtrack. Most of these are going to be from Waxwork. Some of them are not, but most of them are, so beware of that. This one is actually really, really neat. The artwork is just fucking phenomenal. Tim Curry was great in this movie, and the soundtrack was banging. I think my favorite song would be obviously the you know, the intro music, but that, you know what I can't play it because, you know, copyright, so you're gonna have to trust me here. So yeah, let's go ahead and open this guy up, see what he's all about. And on the inside you can see it is the photo book from the movie. Very cool, with Georgie bleeding, the photo bleeding. This is actually a triple LP, so you just open this bad boy up here and whoa! Oh my god, there he is. You can see all that other cool stuff. There's the back. Here is the first vinyl. It's just a plain old red. I was filming this entire thing almost on pause, so whoop-de-doo. I'm just gonna say there's a blue vinyl, and then there is a yellow vinyl. So, you know, sort of don't have to fucking do that shit again. But yeah, this is a pretty cool addition to my collection. Let's go on to the next one. Sticking with the Stephen King vibe here, we have the soundtrack for the Dr. Sleep movie. Very, very good movie in my opinion. It's very underrated. They did the story justice from what they had to work with. Mike Flanagan is always on top of it with all the movies he's done. This is by the Newton Brothers, which they've also done the Five Nights at Freddy's movie soundtrack, which is kind of weird in my opinion. But anyways, let's open her up. Very cool inside with the box and the maze in the background. Very, very nice detail. Here's the back with the steam and Rose the hat. I would say my favorite song on this, let's see, where is it? Oh, The Overlook. Yeah, that one is just, it's like the classic do 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 do, you know what I'm saying. Very, very cool. Both of the vinyl in this set are the same, so I'm just gonna pull out one of them. And here is, it looks like, it's supposed to look like steam, or yeah, that's a pretty cool little angle. It's supposed to look like the steam or the shine that the True Knot eat. Very, very nice looking vinyl record right there. Very, very cool record. Let's go ahead and get on to the next. Rapid fire, let's go rapid fire. Sorry about the glare, I just have to have light. My room isn't very well lit, so you're just gonna have to deal with that, buddy. And up next is Beau is Afraid. This is Ari Aster's third movie, and it's not his, everybody, from what I've seen, they didn't really like this movie. I love it. It is 3 hours of batshit fucking craziness. Joaquin Phoenix is great in it, and the soundtrack perfectly complements the fucking craziness. This movie is very, very, very disturbing and shocking film. Here's the opening, you know, inside of it, with the mother and father gravestone and that little angel creep thing. You're just gonna have to watch this movie. I'm not really gonna say anything about this. You just need to watch this movie. Very, very disturbing. And here we have the back, which is just the water, and all the titles of the songs are all around it. I think I got this from the official A24 website. Let's take out the vinyl and check it out. Some of these will have their custom sleeves, so this is I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. And we have all the credits. You can zoom in on that with this little round kind of sound maker thing, I believe. I think that's what it's. I think that's what it is. Open this up. Very cool, transparent vinyl with water-like coloring in the middle. Side A with Joaquin Phoenix walking Phoenix. Side B. I would say my favorite song is let's see. My favorite song is Flight of the Birthday Boy Stab Man. Don't ask me, just watch the movie. I wouldn't say this is really a horror movie thing, but I tried this, I think this was on the Mondo website. I tried to order the 45 of the Shining soundtrack from the original movie, and they sent me this instead, which I guess I'm still kind of disappointed. I did reach out to them, they didn't really respond. But once you open it, I think it makes noise when you open it. Yes. Very cool. I mean, you know, it's probably going to run out of battery here soon, but I don't think I've ever put this thing on my turntable, so we'll just have to show you. This is just a regular, kind of like pinkish vinyl with a little bit of marbling on it. Death Waltz, that's where it's from. Death Waltz. Yes. This is not my favorite in the collection. I'll probably end up giving it away because I'm not really too knowledgeable about any of the Godzilla movies other than the first one and the shitty fucking new ones that come out. I've seen the trailer for those several times because of YouTube shilling it, and you know, I've wanted to kill myself. So yeah, yeah, I don't like it. These next two vinyls I did review a while ago, but I'm putting them in this video now. This is the Babadook soundtrack. Amazing film. The way they did this is also a Waxwork record. The way they did this is really, really cool. Here's the back. Of course, the Babadook theme is my all-time favorite, but once you open it up, I'll try to open it up here. Ugh. Whoa, what is that? Very cool. If it's in a word or if it's in a look, you can't get rid of the Babadook. I really like the idea of having this look like a pop-up book. Very, very, very cool. This is a thick boy, which it needs to be played at 45 RPM instead of the regular one. I can't remember what the regular one is. This is like a sleeve kind of thing. Not really a sleeve, but nice little picture. Very, very cool. And this is a word from, I think, yeah, this is the composer, so you can pause that and read it. Very, very cool. Let's take a look at the vinyl itself. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You're gonna hear me say that like a lot, but you know, whatever. I just love when vinyl is colored like this. Very awesome. You know, it's mesmerizing to see them turn on the record player. So I love it when companies just go all out with the color and style. Very disturbing movie, by the way. This one I also reviewed. This is the Child's Play original 1988 soundtrack. My favorite song is, of course, the theme. Here's the back. Very cool looking. Let me see. Yeah, end credits. With vocals, I think. Yeah. Here's the inside, which is just the lineup of the good guy dolls with, of course, Chuckster. The Chuckster, as we like to say. Both the vinyls are the same color, but here's what they look like. I can't see the back, but it's pretty much the same. Pretty cool looking. What I like about ordering from Waxwork Records, sometimes they send you these little anti-static covers, non-scratching. Very, very considerate. I like them. Alright, next up, we have the Goosebumps 90s Show soundtrack. I was very happy when I got this because I really do like the television show. Very iconic episodes. My favorite episodes, I think, would be this thing, whatever this thing was from. I'll have to look it up. Editor, me, put it on the screen now. Of course, that you know, Night of the Living Dummy is pretty good. I liked the Scarecrow episode, and of course, everybody loves the Haunted Mask, but all the episodes, in my opinion, even though some of them are really bad, you know, they have a special place in my heart. Here's the back. Very cool stuff. I think my favorite song is obviously the theme song and these slappy theme songs right here. Very cool. Very cool coloring. One side is transparent with little green spots, and the other is just completely black. Nice little art on the front with the mask, and the other side being slappy, the side A. Next up is the Black Christmas soundtrack. This is one of my favorite Christmas movies. A very feel-good, good time Christmas movie. Lol. Yeah, I think this movie has one of the most iconic villains in all of cinema history, I believe. There's only 2 songs on here, but it's really just a recreation and reimagining You can go ahead and read this if you can. I don't know if it can. Yeah, you can't really read it without the glare. Sorry, I have to have light. This is what it looks like without light. Can't see shit. Cool inside with the eye. And the vinyl itself is also very cool. It's a nice mix of red, green, and white. Very, very nice. I always played this on Christmas, and my neighbors, they think I'm fucking insane. I'm insane in the membrane. Next up, I wouldn't really say this is a horror movie, but I mean, it kind of is. Like Frank the Bunny is terrifying. This is the Donnie Darko soundtrack. One of my favorite soundtracks. Unfortunately, it doesn't have For Whom the here, put it up there. That song. It doesn't have it on here, which I'm upset about, but it does have Mad World on it, and it does have an alternate version to Mad World, which is awesome. This is just a plain white vinyl. Let's take out here. Plain white, cool looking either way. Next we have the Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me soundtrack by Angelo Badalamenti, Italian man. I recently re-listened to this soundtrack when David Lynch passed away, and you know, it kind of saddens me that we won't see any work of his anymore, but what he did leave us with is all the more iconic, and I'm glad he was able to make the show and the movies, and then the Return, which is one of the best like returns to a show that I've ever seen. And I know, like, you know, some people don't really like that kind of style of filmmaking, but I'm all about that jazz. And speaking of jazz, this has a lot of cool jazz themes. So this is a cool little addition. So we pull this out. We have the red curtains from the Black Lodge. Here's the opening here with Laura Palmer. Here's the songs. I think my favorite song, of course, is Sycamore Trees, which was, I didn't know, written by David Lynch. Of course, performed by Angelo and the amazing Jimmy Scott. I damn near cried when I listened to that recently, because it's just, the lyrics are so poignant and it's sad. Both of these vinyls are the same. It's a double LP, and it is cherry pie colored. At least that's what it looks like to me. Very cool coloring on here. I believe this has a message inscribed in the middle part. Let me see if I can read it. Yeah, around here you can see that there is little marks. I'm gonna see if I can intelligible this. Let's test it for the record, I believe it says. Will the next victim be a man or a woman? Yeah, that's what it says. Let's test it for the record. Will the next victim be a man or a woman? Yeah, that's what it says. And then I can't really see what that says, but oh, there's more on here. I didn't really actually know that. If I had a nickel for every cigarette your mom smoked, I'd be dead. But yeah, very, very cool little addition to my collection. I want to get the rest, because there is, of course, the iconic original 90s show soundtrack. Then there is the Return soundtrack I haven't gotten. And there also is, because the Return also had these segments where they would showcase musical artists, one of them being Nine Inch Nails, and they had a soundtrack dedicated to those artists that were featured in the Return. So I would like to get those in the near future. Next up is a very interesting one. It doesn't really give you any hints on what it is by judging by the cover, but this is the Deep Red soundtrack, a pretty cool, visually stunning giallo film. It's one of my favorite giallo films, next to Suspiria and Phenomena with which in that movie Donald Pleasance is in that movie. He's a wheelchair-ridden man with a monkey. That is freaking epic. And the inside is a piano. I'm a huge sucker for pianos, so here's the back. This is like Italian. This is the Dario Argento film. Also, Goblin, very, very cool band. They did, I think, yeah, they did the Suspiria soundtrack as well. Mad Puppet is a good song. I suggest you listen to that. Very cool. This is a double LP. Here is what it looks like. It's very yellow. I think the other one is a maroon color. I don't know what that says. Yeah, is a maroon type of color, or magenta. Next up is Creepshow 2. This movie, I believe, is not really well liked. I don't know why. I really like this movie. It does lean in more to the silly aspects. The creep is, he's all right, but I think he was played by Tom Savini in the movie. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, my favorite segment in this is the raft, because that is a Stephen King adaptation. It's not the best, but it does what it did. You know, it did its best. And inside, it kind of looks like the comic. You can pause that and read that. I think that's the composer. Here's the back. That looks like a comic book. You can kind of looks like you can cut that out. Both of the records look the same, so let me just get this out. Cool little centerpiece. This one is kind of like a muddy color with gold and greenish. I think those are. Next is The Exorcist. I really love this movie. I love the book, and I love the soundtrack. It is equally disturbing. Of course, you have the classic the opening here. You got Reagan floating. Very awesome. Here we have a little book thing. You can read that. Pause or read that. And on the inside, it's just too small lettering, but here, I think this is William Friedkin talking here. Yeah, rest in peace, William Friedkin. He was a great director. And we have Father Karras and Father Merrin on the inside. We have this right here, which is the credits, and we got Pazuzu on this side. I think one of the other additions to this was the puke color, the pea soup puke color. This is a pretty awesome color for vinyl too. Just a black, like a clear with black spots. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, Tubular Bells is still one of the best songs in a movie. It's fun fact, like, it wasn't made for the movie. It was just some band that did it, and he just used that beginning slip of the piano, and it became the most iconic horror themes of history. So I really love it for that. Awesome movie, awesome soundtrack. Next up is Pet Sematary, specifically I think it's 1989, if I'm correct. Easily in my top 5 film list. This is what, like, you know, I saw this at a very young age, and I have a very vivid memory of drawing Gage. When I was a kid, I was drawing Gage being hit by a car, and I showed it to my parents, and they were just like, yep, he's retarded, all right. Here's the inside. Very cool artwork of the Creed, not the Creed family, but Judd's house being burned. And there's the titular Pet Sematary right over there. Here's the back. Favorite song would be the one, Pet Sematary, and then Pet Sematary performed by the Ramones, which is Stephen King's favorite band, and they did a song for that. And it's a very awesome song. Both the vinyls are the same. Let's take it out. Nice green color with the Gage's scalpel. Nice little marbling of the black. Very awesome. This isn't a movie soundtrack, but it is nonetheless a horror soundtrack. This is the Silent Hill 2 official original video game soundtrack. This isn't the remake version, this is the original one. But yeah, this is one of my favorite horror games of all time and soundtracks. I would say there's a lot of good songs on here. Oh, there's the dog. You gotta have the dog there. Theme of Laura is awesome. White Noise is obviously the best, one of the best. Promise, Reprise, Heaven's Night is good. I would say if I need to pick one out as my overall favorite, it would be Overdose Illusion. They also did a really good job with that in the remake. I love that version too. And it's meant to look like the fog from the titular game. It's kind of like a teal, like silver-ish color. Same color as the fog. Here is the Suspiria soundtrack by Goblin. This is a pretty cool edition of the vinyl. I don't think this is in English, no. Which is my favorite song. This is Goblin themselves, I believe. Very cool little design of the devil. Very colorful film, as all Giallo films tend to be, specifically Dario Argento films. Here's a picture of the band and Dario himself. Another kind of slide there. And the vinyl itself is a nice shade of blue. Very, very cool. Next up is Hellraiser 2, Hellbound. I don't have the first movie soundtrack, but it is, again, I think it's performed by Christopher Young. I think that Hellraiser, the soundtrack to Hellraiser is very underrated. You have the nice little design of the box in the back. The color of the vinyl is, of course, you gotta just gore. Clear, red, veiny kind of look. Yeah, I just love colored vinyls. They're so cool. Next we have the Gretel and Hansel soundtrack. This movie was kind of mid. It's got cool visuals. It's basically just Hansel and Gretel, a little bit different, very dark. But I do like this soundtrack a lot. It's got a nice synth sound. This movie was directed by, I think, Osgood Perkins. Yeah, Osgood Perkins. He directed, of course, Longlegs, The Black Coat's Daughter, and one of the worst movies of the year, The Monkey. That movie sucked my fucking dick. Do not watch that fucking movie. Worst adaptation of a Stephen King movie to date. Fucking awful. But yeah. Here's the inside. Here is Hansel and Gretel and the Witch. I did like the witch's portrayal in this movie. Yeah, that's very, very nice looking. This one I think is my favorite design of a record. Got the red splatter, kind of a bluish, purplish tone. We have the witch and her triangle place. Yeah, even though this movie is kinda iffy, I still like the look of it and the soundtrack. Alright, we are in the home stretch now. We have, most of these are going to be John Carpenter soundtracks. This isn't really a soundtrack to a film, it's just lost themes or something, which he does sometimes. I don't have the other two in my possession, but this is one I got off Amazon a while ago. I usually play this around Halloween because John Carpenter, of course, is the king of synth songs, even though they all kind of sound the same. Here's the vinyl. Obviously very coolly colored. Nice yellow, nice red, white, and black. Classic coloring here. If you like 80s synth and you just want to put this on during Halloween or just anytime, I'd say get the other two volumes of Lost Themes, and then this one. I'd say my favorite song would be Skeleton. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. And Weeping Ghost. Right, here is the Christine soundtrack. I love this soundtrack. This is one of my favorite John Carpenter movies. Obviously it's a Stephen King adaptation. It's got a very kick-in soundtrack. Christine Attacks is obviously one of the, it's like, can we get Christine in Dead by Daylight? Can we get that now? Can we just have a car killer in Dead by Daylight? Yeah, Moochie's Death is good, and then Christine Attacks. Yeah, Christine Attacks Plymouth Fury. Those are awesome songs. Here is one of my prized possessions in my collection. This is probably the best thing I have in my collection. I got this at a Trader's World somewhere. It is a full collection of Halloween soundtracks 1 through 5. This thing is fucking amazing. You can see that we have the house in the background, there's Michael right there, and in the middle there's the younger version of Michael. I love this thing. It is the best thing I've ever purchased. Here's the side. This thing is a chonky boy. Here's the back, where instead of Michael, it is the niece. I can't remember her name. Jamie. Yeah, Jamie Lloyd. Right there. Even though I don't really like the Thorn trilogy shit, I do really like the way they did this with Michael in the background influencing Jamie. Here we have the Halloween 1 soundtrack. This looks really cool. I've been wanting to get the Halloween 1 soundtrack for a while, but I saw this collection and I just had to get it. This is probably one of the most iconic themes in the horror history. You gotta admit, John Carpenter did an amazing job. Here is the back. Then we have him staring out a window. Very cool looking orange, black, and clear splattering. This really does feel like a Halloween vinyl. Next up, we got the Halloween 2 soundtrack. Very cool designs. Here's the opening page with Laurie with her awesome wig. Rocking that wig. This vinyl is just a plain Jane orange, which you can't go wrong with just single colored vinyl. Next up is Halloween 3. Obviously a very underrated film because originally Halloween was supposed to be an anthology. The idea would be that every Halloween would be a different film that would take place during Halloween. But everybody wanted Michael Myers, so this movie was criminally underrated. And this has a very interesting way of packaging. You just take this flap and carefully take it apart. If I can do that, that'd be awesome. There's this with nice little bugs on the inside. And you just take this, and here is the vinyl itself, the vinyl case itself. Cool little designs on there. But before I get to the vinyl, there is an actual, you can actually perform a magic trick. I like how they did this. This looks like an official, like, it says Silver Shamrock's Manufacturing and Trade Supplies, and it basically shows you how to do a card trick. You can read that, and it comes with 3 cards. Big jumbo cards. You have one that is the pumpkin, and then on the other side is the skeleton. And the other 2 are, or the other 3, we have these cards as well. I don't know really how to perform magic tricks, so I won't do that. You can probably look up a video of someone else doing it, but I mean, I would hang these up on a wall or something. These are just really, these are just really cool. I'll just keep it in its plastic, but yeah, it is a clear orange. You can see these Silver Shamrock novelties there, and there's a little black splotch on that. Very cool. I love it. Here's the Halloween 4 soundtrack. Even I don't really like this mask, but it is way better than the Halloween 5 mask, which you will see in a minute. But this movie is just okay. It's fine to watch on Halloween, but I like going for the Halloween trilogy, the recent one, even though many people don't like it, especially Halloween Ends, but we'll get to that. Here's the back. Here is the opening. Here, with Michael looking over the land. Very spooky. Here's a little cool drawing we have in here of Michael taking his mask. This is pretty cool colored vinyl. It's red and white, just like Jamie's clown costume. Here we have that mask with the jack-o'-lantern. I really do like this design, even though it's not really my favorite movie nor soundtrack. But yeah, it's cool to have in this collection, especially if it's in a really cool edition like this. Alright, and finally we have Halloween 5, which is a fucking abomination of a Halloween movie. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Fucking worst Halloween movie, worst Thorn trilogy, fuck that bullshit. Fucking, ugh, I hate this. Like, yeah, look at that fucking mask. That is the worst fucking Halloween mask ever. This is the worst. Pisses me off just looking at it. Even if NECA were to do a figure of this, I wouldn't get it. I know that they recently released a Halloween 6 figure, which, even though I hate that movie also, I might get it because it has some cool accessories. Just like the last one, it is a split one, which is now blue and white. Not really anything special about this. I mean, it's cool, but I just hate that fucking movie. I will voice my hatred of this movie until the day I die. And no, I will not be getting the fucking Rob Zombie versions. Those also are abominations that should be burned in hell. And next, we'll get into the final three, which is the Halloween Blumhouse trilogy version. Alright, now we are going into the Blumhouse trilogy. This is the Halloween 2018 soundtrack. John Carpenter returned to do this movie, and this is one of the best returning to the franchise movies. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this. I think this is the extended cut version, or the extended vinyl version. Here's the inside where all three generations of the Strodes stand. Here's the back. So here we have all the sides, and the sleeves for each side show the pumpkin slowly resurrecting. The side A and B is the only vinyl that has a colored one, which is just orange, and the other one is just a plain black. Next up is Halloween Kills, a very controversial movie. Yeah, this one, I wouldn't say it's the best Halloween movie, but it is definitely a fun watch on Halloween. You know, it just kills. It's exactly what the title is, Halloween Kills. Michael Myers is just a menace in this movie. The rest of it, you know,
Evil dies tonight! Evil dies tonight! Evil dies tonight! Evil dies tonight!
Evil dies tonight!
All right.
You know, it's a movie. I just watch it for the kills and the novelty of. It's another Michael Myers movie. I love Michael Myers. I can't get enough of him. Here is a beautiful shot of Michael standing in the burning house. Here's the back. Here's the sleeve, which shows Laurie in the alternate ending holding a knife. And here is the Strode, 3 generations of the Strode family. Regular black vinyl. Our final vinyl, the ever so controversial Halloween Ends. I won't really say much about this movie because I already did a review of it, but I like it, warts and all. It's not the best, obviously, and everybody hates it, but it's something different in the Halloween franchise, and I respect it for trying something new, even if it falls short in some ways. But the soundtrack, as always, is fucking awesome. Yeah, Michael, here's the back with Michael watching Laurie. Here's the first side of the sleeve with Laurie looking into the mirror. And we have one of the most controversial characters in the Halloween franchise, Corey Cunningham. If you don't know why, just watch the movie and you'll understand. But I like his character. And this one is not really much, it's like a transparent orange. Very cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It wasn't really like a very in-depth video on these vinyls, but I just wanted to show everything. I wanted to show you guys my collection. I have a lot more vinyls, but it's mostly just non-soundtrack stuff. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments below, and I'll probably make a few more review videos of my Halloween NECA figures in the future, but well, I'll see y'alls in the next video. Bye-bye.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.